Yeah, so I really have no idea what to do for an intro for this video. Hey there, Internet Best Buddies, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we're going to be looking at Ghost in the Shell. Now, this one is the one from 1995. This isn't the new one with Scarlett Johansson. I did that one on Friday. You can check out that video in the description. So in the future where humans have adopted cybernetic implants, a cyborg named Major Makoto Kusanagi works as an officer for Section 9. Their latest assignment is to hunt down a terrorist known as the Puppet Master, who has been hacking into human minds. The movie focuses on the hunting of the Puppet Master, as well as Major trying to figure out what it means to be a human mind, or in this case a ghost, trapped in a robotic body. Or in this case a shell. Get it? So even for being as old as the movie is, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is incredibly animated, it's really good. It honestly floors me that we get animation like this back in 1995, and it still looks better than some of the anime we have now. Also, a lot more nudity than I thought there would be, so parental warning. The story for the most part is really good and gives a great view into this futuristic world, but also has enough complexities and kind of hidden elements that you will discover upon repeat viewings. I've seen the movie twice and I'm still discovering new things. It's very confusing at points. I would say a lot of the movie's more intriguing elements are below the surface and require a lot of thought in order to discover. The relationships between a lot of the characters are a good example, like Major and Bato. There's a sense that he's not really comfortable with her being naked for the most part in the movie, even though she as a character doesn't notice this and doesn't see herself sexually in any sort of way. There's a few scenes where he will either turn away when she's naked or he will cover her up with his jacket. There's really great action throughout the film as well. My two standout moments where she's fighting the hacker on the waterfront and then also the spider tank battle towards the end, those are really great. The voice acting is great as well, and I really like some of the musical choices. On the other hand, some of the music really just doesn't work for me. I know a lot of people like the choir singing, like the high-pitched wailing, but for me, I wasn't a fan of it all that much. Although it is really iconic for the film, and I'm glad they did implement it into the live-action version. There are some issues as far as the audio goes, specifically with the audio levels. I felt that the film lingered on certain scenes a little too long, but that's also used to explain some of the underlying concepts. But because it's animation, it was definitely kind of lost on me until I did a little more research and looked into it. And that's my biggest problem with the movie, that because it's animated and it is very complex storytelling, a lot of it ends up being confusing for me and goes completely over my head. Although on repeat viewings, I do notice more and more, so that's a great reason to come back to the film over and over. I've seen the movie twice now, within a few weeks, and I'm still confused at a lot of parts, but each time I did watch it, I learned more and more about the world that they're building. So I honestly just think it's a case of me having to rewatch the movie a few times to understand it completely. Not necessarily a bad thing. Now, if I had paid money to see this in a theater and I only had one shot at looking at it, then I'd be a little more upset. But the fact that I own it, it adds a whole other reason to rewatch the movie. Ghost in the Shell, the anime from 1995, gets a 7 out of 10. I don't want my negatives to come off wrong. I do believe this film is really good, and that any fan of anime definitely should watch it. So I have two questions this episode. If you've seen the live-action Ghost in the Shell movie that just came out, do you prefer that version, or do you prefer the anime version? I do prefer the live-action a little more just because the story is much more straightforward, but I can also understand why people would like the anime version a lot more. If you haven't seen it, or you just want to answer two of my questions, what's your favorite anime? If I really had to choose one, I would probably go with Yu Yu Hakusho. I absolutely love that entire series, and it's probably some of the best anime dubbing that we've had, but I also do really like Naruto. But I do think Yu Yu Hakusho is a lot better than Naruto. So I'm gonna go with Yu Yu Hakusho. It's all a matter of opinions, and that's what I want to talk about on the channel and in the videos. I want to hear your opinions. Conversations with me. So down in the description, I'll leave an affiliate link for the original Ghost in the Shell anime that I'm reviewing, and also, because I recommended it, the first season of Yu Yu Hakusho for you guys to check out. Then go get those things down there. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the content that I put out. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I like talking to you guys. And I like making videos. Thanks again for watching, everybody. See ya.